long time waiting for this to come out. I'm just so excited. And I didn't even do, I'm going to come back and do a whole printed version of it, but um, this is the revised version of the swap tracker. I've been doing it for a couple years. Every year I do a revision of it. So this is the new cover of it. And it's still the swap tracker logo on it. It has some butterflies. And I love this part I added. It says, create, connect, and cherish every swap because handmade joy is the heart of every Happy Meal. So I'm very excited about this. The new version that's coming out. It has me on there, of course. And so it's basically the same. I just added some new things. And so it drops today. But right now, well, yeah, basically after I get off this live, I wanted to do the live so I can post a video with the release. So here you go. I did have some people had questions about it, so I'm going to go through and just share with you some of the changes. And, if you have any questions, you can let me know as we go. So, like I said, this is the cover. And then the next pages, I've changed some of the artwork of it. And now it says, swap happy, craft sassy. This book belongs to, and then you put your little name there. This is the digital version, of course, and you can make it into whatever you need. So that's that page. It's a very simple page. I have added dividers now so that you can change out the sections. You can put dividers in your section, whether if you put it on a disc or a spiral or an actual like binder. You can have divider section pages. So I did add that for you. And so the challenge pages or the swap pages really haven't changed that much. Maybe some of the colors. But I did want to go through. So due date and mail date. Sometimes those are different. Depends on who you are. The host, they'll give you a mail out date, and some people like it's due by this date. So it just depends. That's why I gave you both. There are people that do swaps on Instagram and YouTube and email things, and so I gave you that option so I need to go and find out that person. Hi. Hello. Just trying to go through and explain. Then your host, and then you have your theme, and then where you're mailing it to, contact information, that kind of thing. And then what you need to make, how many you need to make of that. So if you need to make, two shakers, and then it says it needs to be at least 3 layers. So and then when you're done, you just check it off. And on the bottom, I gave you notes in case you need to write something down, IG group or whatever you need to write down. So it's just a way for you to keep track of all your swaps, and this is for a challenge. Challenges are a lot simpler to keep track of, but you need to know what you're doing all the time. So, and I know I was a victim of, oh my gosh, whose challenge was that? Oh wait, I need to go back and look for it. So, it just depends. So then your next one is the group swaps. That's your divider page. And then the group swap page is basically the same. It has all the same information. It's just a way for you to keep track of. On here it just says how many you need to make. So sometimes they say make 1, get 1, make 2, get 2. And so you just put there how many you need to make. So, and then you have your notes section and all the same information of how you do that. You have your one-on-one swaps. This is your divider page. And then one-on-one swaps are the same, just your partner name information is added here. And your host is different, so you have that information there. Everything else is pretty much the same here. And then the worksheet. I know I had a couple of people that wanted to know about the worksheet and how to use it. Okay, so what I did was, I was a victim of, not victim, but I did a lot of swaps at one time. So I wanted to kind of work smarter and not harder. So I would write down all my swaps. So let's see. So let's try to do it together. So say you have one swap hosted. This is your Halloween, swap. And then you had a birthday challenge, birthday thing. And then you had something else. Trying to think of stuff that I can just say, I don't know, pop up, pop over, or whatever. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Just give you names. And then a cat swap. Okay, so these are all your swaps. You write your due dates and the themes, whatever. And so you need items needed. This is the important part here. Items needed. Say I said I need a Memdex, right? So swap number 1 is your Halloween. Yes, I need one Memdex for that. Birthday, I don't need a Memdex for. But the cat swap, I do. So when I go to do Memdexes and cut Memdexes, I know I need to cut 2 Memdexes for both of these swaps. So I'm not going back and forth, oh, I'm cutting the Memdex and going back. Some people like to work on one swap at a time. I like to, if I'm doing multiple swaps, I like to work on multiple swaps. So say like the birthday swap, you need a dangle, right? You don't need one for the Halloween, but you do need one for the birthday. You need one for the pop-up and the cat swap. So when you're working on your dangles, you're working on 3 different dangles for for the 4 swaps that you have, right? And so this is just how you can work smarter. This is why I call it the swap worksheet. When you're working on multiple swaps, it'll make it easier for you. I found. Let me know if you find that easy too. Pen goes back. So that's how that works. Checklist. So here's the checklist that you could do the same thing on, just a way for you to keep a track of all your swaps that's going on and who the host is and when they're due. Because you're like, oh man, when does that due? Just a way for you to, just a snapshot of it. So that's one of that. I also gave you a way to just had some little notes that you can put in your swaps, like who it's from and, the name of the swap, just a little way for you to write it down. And put it inside your swap so your partner know that it was from you. Sometimes we forget those things. So I gave you that. Now this is a new section. Some people may like it. Some people like, I don't want to know. But I found it interesting for me. So that's why I added it. And a couple of people wanted it. So, I take polls and I ask questions. So basically it's keeping track of your expenses. So whenever you start this, so say you're going to start this. Sorry, I'm trying to write in camera too. Say you're going to start this 9/1/2025. Right? Oh, I wrote that wrong. See? Say you're going to start it with $100. And then you're going to start on 9/1/2025. Okay? And then whenever you make a purchase, you say 9/1. I went to Tamika's live. Tamika sending smiles. Tamika sending smiles. Oh wait, I wrote this all wrong, y'all. I'm trying to do it and look in the camera too. Okay, so say you bought some beads. You're gonna say beads here. And then your vendor is Tamika sending smiles. Alright, and you spent $24. Okay? And then on 9/7, you said, you know what, I need some paper. And I went to, let's say VJ. VJ? It's a paper thing. And you spent $40. So it's just a way for you to keep track. And then at the end, it doesn't have to be the end of the month, but at the end, you can say, you know what? I spent this amount of money on this ending day. So it just depends. It's just a way for you to keep track of what it is. Basically. Forgive my unable to read. So what I did here was, these are dividers that you can use as tabs. I mean, these are tabs that you can use in your dividers. And I gave you all the tabs that we have, including the miscellaneous, so you can put the financial one underneath there. And this is a swap tracker at a glance. This is also something I added. So basically, if you don't sign up for swaps, what you want to say, oh, you know what, those are interesting. When you go to the swap tracking sale of September, there is a couple of swaps that I like, and I'm really into them, or challenges. And then you find yourself on, say, a Saturday or whatever. You have some time. You're like, you know what, I want to work on a swap. And you can either go to the swaptracker.com, or you can look on your swap tracker at a glance and say, you know what, I really like that cat swap. I didn't sign up for it, but it's a challenge, so I can enter it. I'm going to work on that today. And you can add it there. Just basically what that's for. So that's the last page of the added pages to it. You can print out as many pages as you like. And go from there. That's the swap tracker. Now this is going to be located on the website. You'll get the link to it in the on this page. And if you have any questions below, send me a question below if you have any questions or comments. And it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be located on the Etsy store. It is, I think it's $5 for the digital version of it. If you need it printed, you can contact me and I can print one out for you. I can do a printed version of it. I'm going to do another video when I print one out for the printed version, but there you go. Thank you so much for joining and watching. I appreciate you so much. And you enjoy the rest of your day. And you can go to TamikaSendingSmiles.com to get your digitals and this new digital format. It'll be available, let's say, August 21st. Thank you so much. Bye-bye now.